Okay, this is a 1963 muscle car challenge. Okay, the first muscle car that ever came out was in 1964, the Pontiac GTO. But you, as an automotive maker company, you beat them to the punch. You beat General Motors to the punch, and you create the first muscle car in 1963 before anybody, got finished with theirs. Okay, the easiest way to do this is I'm just using my car for reference. This is the easy way to do it. Set the model year to 1963. No, wait, actually set the model year to 1975. You might wonder, well, why do that if it's a 1963 challenge? Well, it's because you don't really get any cool cars until you go you know, up to 1975. You can choose any car body style that you want, but it has to be a two-door or four-door or convertible. A coupe, a sedan, or convertible car. The easiest way to do that is, like I said, set the year to 1975, and click over here where it says body year, body type, engine position. Click over here to body type, and keep. Let's see, what is this? Sedan. Keep that box checked. Wagon. Uncheck that. Uncheck the hatchback. Keep the coupe. Uncheck the SUV. Uncheck the truck. Uncheck the vans, and leave the convertible open. And then, let's see, yeah, this first section, the where you pick your car, 1975, and the last section was just where you adjust on like the suspension and the gearing, and like from here, like set that to 1975, but you cannot use technology that's past 1963, and I'll explain more about that. Okay. Also, actually, I'm going to lift the camera up just a little bit. Some people got this wrong, but it's no big deal. First box is the challenge name. It's 1963 muscle. Second box is your username. Third box is the name of your car. And fourth box, I don't know, you can write your mama on there or whatever. I don't care. Uh, so, yeah, what am I getting to now? But on the engine, it has to be 1963. And you can put plus quality as much as you like, or negative quality on the engine. But the body, the first and the third section where it has to be 1975, no positive quality. You can use the negative quality if you want to, or leave it flat 0, but no, nothing like that. And I think it's easier also if you just make up a blank car, set the model year to 1963 to check. Make sure you're not using any technology outside of 1964. Can't give you an example right here, but you got on panel material, you can go steel, corrosion resistant steel, fiberglass, and aluminium. But you can't use like anything else after that if you have that option and whatever. Chassis types, you can use anything you want: ladder, monocoque, space frame, light truck monocoque, any of those four. You can use steel, galvanized steel, corrosion resistant steel. Front longitudinal, I think it makes more sense. I guess yeah, I like diversity. So if you want to put a front transverse engine, that's pretty good. Do that if you want to. Any of these four, and any of these four, which is like McPherson strut, double wishbone, solid axle coil, solid axle leaf, and solid axle coil, solid axle leaf, semi trailing arm, double wishbone. Any engine you want, you can go inline 3, 4, or 6. You can go V6, V8, V12, V16, any boxer you want. I know that sounds strange, but it's not. You don't have to build your typical muscle car. However you want to build your muscle car, you do it that way. I know I got a warning light right over here, but this is just a reference. No warning lights whatsoever, not even blue. So that's one of the rules. No warning lights. But yeah, like I said, any engine part that you want, 1963 or older. Not anything newer than that. any of this, anything's offered to you in 1963, you can use it. Natural aspirated, of course. Anything you want, anything you want that's offered in a 1963 year. You do have to have at least one muffler, whether it's the first muffler or second muffler. You have to have at least one muffler. Oh, and no stress whatsoever on the engine, not even the exhaust. Right here it says 9.99, but bump the exhaust size up to where it says 1.0. I know it got like stress right here, but this is just a reference car on the intakes. But I want all this 100 on the right side and no percentage of stress on this part of the screen right here. Okay, yes, I done say one. Okay. Rear wheel drive only. Rear wheel drive. You can use manual or automatic, but only what's offered to you in 1963 year and older. So in 1975, it's going to offer you a 5-speed manual transmission. Don't use it. Use 2, 3, or 4. An automatic, 2 or 3. Don't use a 4-speed if they offered it. Any differential you want, that's offered in 1963. Okay, no semi-slicks. You can go cross-ply or radio, but no semi-slicks because it'll produce a warning light. Steel or magnesium rims, don't use alloy. That's the technology that came out after 1963. No vented disc, because that's newer technology. Use any of these 3 offered to you, or any of these 2 right here on rear brakes. That's offered to you. No brake fade. I want 0.0 on all 3 of these categories right here. Drivability, sportiness, and utility. Okay, keep the cooling airflow 50 or above, not below. Brake airflow, I don't care. You can throw it out the window. You can have 0 brake flow or as much as you want. Just as long as there's no brake fade, I don't care. Any under tray you want, offered in 1963 with like none, off-road skid tray and semi-clad. I want to see at least 4 seats. 4 to 6. I don't think there's a car out there you can put more than 6 seats, but if there is, do it if you want to. But at least 4 seats. Any interior you want, any entertainment you want, offered in 1963 or older, which is these 4 radios and a phonograph. No 8 tracks. If your car's loud enough, I think you can use no power steering if it's loud enough and it won't produce a warning light. But I like power steering. Safety, advanced 60s. It has to be advanced 60s. I was thinking about leaving it lower or choosing anything as long as it's not none. But I like having a seat belt, lap belt with a sash belt. Goes across your chest. I guess that's what it's called. Just advanced 60s, nothing else. Not use anything else. Nothing offered, just advanced 60s only on safety. I wrote down something that says, at least, I forgot what it was. But any of these 2 springs, standard or progressive, that you want. I think that's it. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. There's no deadline as of yet. I know at least a week. I got a lot of things going on here with my family. I'm not going to get into it. I don't really put my personal business on here. But no set date on time on the the deadline. But I may just come here and say, okay, deadline's up after a week though, or give some kind of warning like a few hours left or something like that. But just just do your vehicle as early as you can and send it to me, because even so, if it does break any rules, I might be able to contact you in time and tell you to, you know, fix it yourself, because I like it when you fix it yourself, and I'll fix it for you, but I don't like touching other people's vehicles because it's like I'm making their vehicle my own. So, if there's a problem, I'll let you know. I won't disqualify you. I just let you know that you have a problem, and I want you to fix it before the deadline. But I guess if I have to, I will disqualify, somebody or something like that if I can't fix it myself. Okay, I want to show you one that I built if I don't run out of memory on my phone and it shuts off on me. I don't want nobody to copy me, because like I put this in your hands. How would you build a muscle car? Typically, people think, oh, V8 push rod, but it doesn't have to be like that for my challenge. I like a V6. I like a inline six. If you want an inline 3, go ahead. If you want a boxer, go ahead. If you want a V16, go ahead. I don't care. Or V12, inline 4, I don't care. I like diversity. I like the last challenge that I did where everybody did something different. It was interesting, yes. And I liked it too. Um, See, look, no warning lights whatsoever. And I did that with a with a 9.1 liter V8. That's a huge V8. And let me show you. I don't brag on my own rides, and I'm not like Bashar and say, "Oh, it's elegant in every way. It can do anything. It can pull stumps out of a yard. It can haul a family around. It can go up a Swiss mountain. It can slide through Russia to Germany on a stick of butter." I don't do that. I don't brag on my own rides. I like it though. I like it. Purple's my favorite color. I'm not telling everybody pick purple. It's not going to help you on the style or points or anything like that. As you've seen in the last video, I like the gray that was on the vehicles, but I went with a very dark gray. I mean, like almost one more tick and it would be in black. So I went with very dark gray on the hood, or not the hood, but the top of it, and on the hood, which made it look like it has stripes, and a little bit on the hubs there, and purple everywhere else. It's two-tone, and I kind of like how what I did here. 553 is 553 cubic inches. You don't have to do everything like that. You don't have to copy me either. I mean, if you pick the same body style, it's okay, just design it differently. And I'm not the world's best designer. I named it the Flex. I could get sued by General Motors because they have their like Flex fuel, but I was thinking like Flex as in muscle, because this is a muscle car. But yeah, I have not thought about racetrack. I know it's what everybody wants to know, what racetrack or what kind of driving I'm going to be doing, because they'll be tuning for that. But no, tune it like an everyday driver. I mean, like he was like a road car. But I quite like the way this car drives too. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna record.